When Greg Samsa awoke one morning from disturbing dreams, he found himself transformed. It was no dream.
What's happened to me? How about if I go back to sleep for a bit and forget about this nonsense?
But that was out of the question. Greg was used to sleeping on his right side, and in his present condition it was impossible to get into that position.
Oh, God. What a strenuous life I have. Day in and day out, it's always the same. Also, I can get into what my mom thinks is the right college so I can have the future she wants. To hell with it all. Getting up so early all the time makes you totally stupid. A man has to have his sleep. But for now, I gotta get up. The bus comes at 6:30. God almighty!
Could the alarm have failed to go off? From the bed, you could see that it was clearly set at 6 o'clock. Could he have slept peacefully through an ear-splitting ring that made furniture shake? So what should he do now? He had only missed first period. He could get there by second, but to do that, he would have to run like mad, and he wasn't feeling particularly fresh.
Greg?
Yeah, Mom!
Greg was shocked by his own voice. Unmistakably his earlier voice, but with a painful and insuppressible squeal that garbled every word.
I'm just getting up!
The change in Greg's voice must have been muffled by the door, because his mother was reassured and shuffled off. However, their little exchange made his sister aware that Greg had not left for school.
Greg? It's Mary. Are you all right? Do you need anything? Please open the door.
Ready now.
Certain that the change in his voice was just the first sign of a bad cold, Greg decided to get up, get dressed, and most importantly, have a good breakfast, and only then would he think about what to do next, for he realized he would come to no sensible conclusion by pondering in bed. After all, his stepbrother Stephen would be here from college soon and would be sure to give him a hard time. First, he tried by moving the lower part of his body, but this proved to be too sensitive. Then he tried moving his upper body, but then he feared if he fell, it would take a miracle not to injure his head.
Maybe if I lay here for a while, everything will simply turn back to normal. By 8:30, I'll be out of this bed.
Greg considered his options.
Animations, his drawings, all the schematics, as well as the full documented report of what it would do and how it would work, the mathematical calculations, the scientific analysis using each one of Newton's laws, and the psychological and sociological impact using each one of Freud's developmental stages. Due today. May I come in?
Yeah, come on in.
Thanks, Stephen.
Hey, Greg, get out here.
Something just fell in there.
Yeah, it sounded like it. Hey, Greg! Get out here! Greg, open the door. Erica, the daughter of the principal of the school, is here, who, by the way, can make or break your chance to get into college. She wants to know why you weren't in school today, and frankly, I don't know what to tell her. And besides, she wants to talk to you personally, so just open the door, and I'm sure she'll overlook the mess in your room.
Good morning, Greg.
Greg's not well. Why else would he miss school? The boy thinks of nothing but school. Sometimes I get worried that he doesn't go out in the evenings. Goodness. He just sits at home, reading quietly, studying for the SATs, filling out applications, and writing essays. He's very determined. He must have really been under the weather, although he denied it this morning.
I'll be right there.
I can't think of any other explanation either, Mr. Stevens, sir. I do hope it's nothing serious.
Greg, can Eric come in your room now?
No! Don't come in!
Greg, what's wrong? You're barricading yourself in your room, answering only yes or no, causing your family serious and unnecessary anxieties. And I'm only saying this in passing, neglecting your truly studious duties in an outrageous manner. I'm speaking on behalf of your family and the principal when I say that I require an immediate explanation. Your work is unsatisfactory, and your future is completely insecure.
Please! I had a bit of a dizzy spell, but I'm fine now. I should have mentioned yesterday I felt off. But everyone always thinks one can get over an illness without staying home. I'm getting out of bed this very second. You can go to school. I'll be there soon.
Did you understand a word he said? He sounded like an animal!
Mary, get the screwdriver!
He truly wanted to open the door and show them what he was. If they were shocked, then he would bear no responsibility, and if they accepted everything calmly, then he had no reason to get upset and could go to school and everything would go back to normal.
Yeah! You can do it! I got it!
This was very encouraging to Greg, as if everyone should have been cheering him on.
Look, he's turning the knob.
As you can see, I'm not stubborn. Where are you going? Back to school? If you wouldn't mind waiting a couple minutes, I'll be ready and I can go with you. I'm sorry for making you wait before, but I was temporarily incapacitated. But please report these events accurately to the principal, because I need to take care of my sister and my mom. I have all my work for my project. I can give it to you now. Just please stop walking away. Wait!
Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me.
Although Greg had no idea what had happened to him, and more importantly why his family had reacted this way, he thought of them with nothing but tenderness and love. In fact, he knew that they were just confused but never meant to hurt him.
You and you alone bring out the gypsy in me.
After all, how would the average person react in the same situation? How would you react?
The many charms about you. Above all,
For a moment Greg wondered if he was right or only a naive glimmer of what he used to be.
about you. Don't be a naughty baby.
Society and people in general have never been very accepting of change, and just because he has gone through a metamorphosis doesn't mean they have.
Embraceable you.
These thoughts faded, and soon the pains throughout his body grew fainter and fainter. He closed his eyes and he slipped into darkness.